the time of the Shannon scheme, there was a lot of Connemara's came to work on the Shannon scheme, and they came with the Barneans, you know, the Barneans, and they were all very tough from fishing and things like that. But there was a hurling match down in Partine, and a crusher, and I don't know who was playing anyway, but the referee sent in his report anyway, and he reported, you see, that there was a lot of rowdyism in the game, and that he had to send a couple of them off. And he said it was very difficult. He says, why it was made it so difficult, he said, was there was 4 different languages, he said. There was Irish, English, German, and bad language.
Oh.
Much later on, I suppose, during the war, and of course we decided we might think we'd like to smoke. Mother of God, when I think of it. Now, we might have 4pence. But poor old Peg Mac, who ran a pub in the village, and she had a different way of speaking to the average one, but a decent woman. But she would, at that time, you could buy 2 cigarettes, because of course they were rationed. And Terry Boglin and myself were the 2 truants in this case anyway. So we went up to Peg, and she had, as I say, a different way of speaking, and she came out, and when she saw the 2 of us, she said, "I have no fags today." So of course that became a cant. "I have no fags today." The poor woman, and it could have been woodbines which were sold in a little packet that was open at the top of 5, which would be suitable for most people's money at that time, because we hadn't the price of anything. But anyway, Peg let us down, God rest her soul, with the fags. But then the big job was trying to get the smell of smoke. So you had to go to the river and put your face into the river, flowing along, and you know, nearly like a horse drinking at a well. But we were, you know, more or less up to all of the tricks of the trade.
The election came up anyhow, and of course, as we know, De Valera won, and very shortly after, Dinny Healy arrived into Bodaig with this big long string of a lad, and nobody knew who he was, but Dinny introduced him to his mother, and poor old Mrs. Healy couldn't hear her that well, you know, or else like she couldn't kind of cotton on to the name. And the 2 boys went off, and they went over to Wiley's, and he was to make a public speech there, so that nearly everybody was invited to go up to listen to this famous new member of Irish Parliament, whatever there is. Everybody went just to hear him anyway, and to see what he looked like. But while they were gone, some fella came over from the mills to see Dinny, and to some political thing, you know, like for. And Mrs. Healy says to him, "Well, now, he was here a while ago," says she, and he's just gone off. And she said he had this big long string of a fellow with him, you know, and I got off speech making over to Wiley's. Yes, she said, you know, he just started cutting him like the devil may care or something. But there was, she couldn't make out this devil era thing, you know, so she said it worked out anyway, the devil may care.
When I got married,
We had the Tully Kelly band in the barn. Peter Hayes and all that will be the Paddy Kenny, all of them. And when Mary got married, which is, sure, how long is she married? 28 or 9 years, I suppose. Tully Kelly band again.
Well, what year did you get married yourself, Peggy?
Jesus, I don't know, so I'm married at all. Just so long ago. How long is Bill this did? How many years? How is he? 1972 he died. How many years is that?
Right.
Wasn't it 72, was it?
39 years, I suppose. Anyway.
No, it is 39 years. Yes, well, I was young when he
Yeah, that's
died.
what I'm saying.
Huh?
Nearly 40 years ago, and it's like yesterday that I was
Oh,
talking to my
but
there
it is 40 years ago. And
Sure,
then,
John is 30.
God save us. Sure, Mary is 58. She's retiring this year. And the old lady's still alive. And John...
How about me? One son is 75. One is 72. The daughter is 70 this year. And the twins are 65.
You know, we should be charging you coming in. Talking to them two people.
I'd pay heavy for it, I'll tell you, so I would.